on the live.
Yes, we are live.
Yeah, we are live.
We are live.
I know we are live. I'm just correcting him
Chavi,
for the
Chavi.
fact that he should not be putting such titles.
Because now he is the key.
The English key.
India key. Yes, English key. Yes, indeed.
He is crucial to India's chances.
Crucial. Oh God.
Okay, it is stumps on day 4. India still need 135 runs. India still have 6 wickets in hand, and it is what you thought was a below par total, and I think I speak for everyone. It did look like England had underachieved, but suddenly what has happened in the final session or so is really opened up the game. It is that one moment, and I'll go across the room and ask everyone that धक-धक हो रहा है.
मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा धक-धक हो रहा है रे बाबा.
In all possibility, India would have lost just 3 wickets. Why did KL Rahul in the last over?
No, that we'll get to. First, answer my question. धक-धक हो रहा है or you are sorted? That one result is only.
बहुत धक-धक हो रहा है रे मेरे को बाबा.
Absolutely fine.
But you're confident with one result.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
What is that result?
India is going to win.
Okay, we'll get back to that. So he's the only man in our room here, amidst us, Mr. Gulati, who's not having dhak-dhak.
I hope it is not like June 29th, please. I hope it's not that. Because he was the only guy who predicted South Africa would win. He's the only guy in the room who's not having dhak-dhak at this point.
No, that's okay. Then you can get your predictions
Of
right
course.
or wrong. Anyway, he's confident.
Everything backed by logic and matchups. You know, matchups is a key word for me.
No, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. Why is it that Gulati is so confident? And he's the only one amongst all of us. And I'm guessing a lot of you are watching also. Everyone would be chewing their nails and, palpitating with their heartbeat going a notch higher than usual, because it is in a very precarious position. The match can go anywhere. I was listening to commentary, and even in commentary there was, Ravi Shastri saying India favourite, Atherton. Are you sure they are? Because England is looking good. So it's that sort of a situation where you can have, different interpretation as to where you think. But whoever you are, majority of you, if you're not Siddharth Gulati, would be nervous because game could go anywhere.
Because there is precedent to what has happened. In 2018, you saw in Edgbaston, you're chasing 194. You lost by 31
why does
runs.
this team start to panic? I really want to
And
understand that.
245 at Southampton in the same series. When the pitch was behaving slightly up and down.
Moeen Ali.
That was Southampton, but here it was Stokes, then you had Broad, Anderson and all, different pedigree, but here you made Cars look like Stuart Broad, you made Archer look like Anderson, Stokes is running in with fire.
It balances out. Nah? England also made Washington Sundar look like Ravi
Shane Warne,
or whatever. So you can't keep, you'll only find faults in Indian team and not see what England
But
is.
yes, now
England also faltered.
Now you have got the real test of your mettle coming up. For this transitionary team, let me make it clear again, a transitionary team, can they not make the mistakes when a peak team did in 2018? Because a peak team couldn't chase down 194 and 245 in Edgbaston and Southampton. Lords, India never won back-to-back ever in their history.
But what is the definition of a peak team? That's
You
something I
had-
want to understand.
You had most of your
I
star
think-
batters.
And a more established team rather than an untested team.
More experienced team.
That's
from
a
that
more
perspective.
established.
Then it's
experienced,
fine.
Same thing.
Then it's fine.
When you look at it, see how many players have made it to England. That team had already had so many players who have made their second trip to England at that point. But now, in the second innings, when you had 193 to chase, you lost 4 wickets. It's kind of playing to a similar script that we saw in 2018, where your lower order just fell away, your middle order just couldn't consolidate.
Okay, I know Shashwat, you have a question, but before I get to your question, I had another question. Because we are going in the order of more important questions coming later. So yours is more important than mine. So it will come a little later. My important question is, what happened to what India were doing now so that there was no extra overboard?
Exactly.
With
What
Akash Deep
yeah.
taking time, calling that. I just
Somebody
want to
else,
know
for
what
the
is
first
your
time I've seen Somebody
opinion.
else is tying somebody else's thigh pad.
So exactly. So my only question, humble submission to everyone who's watching and everyone here, that how was it different to what England were doing yesterday? What
Exactly.
India did today?
I think Rahul sir put it out very nicely during the lunchtime show when he said that what England did wasn't wrong, what India did wasn't wrong either. So I'd say the same thing, exactly same thing today. What India did comes within the rules of the game. It's in this spirit is a very very thin line. It can
No,
be
because
debated.
everyone was generally speaking going after England, saying
No.
You
They
know-
were also right yesterday. I think today India was also right. Each and every team does like this. I go back to the IPL game also when that Mumbai Gujarat game happened, where Mumbai were electing to come out.
The Wankhede
for that
match,
final
yeah.
over.
Which was
There
wet,
also,
yeah.
I think everything, all of those.
no, but we called out. I think that was
because they
Mumbai Indians just high
they
handed.
pushed it. They absolutely pushed it. But here today, all teams do that. You've seen this. You watch majority of the test matches every time. Whenever it's the last session of the day, last hour of the test match, anything, whichever team is on the back end will more often than not go and try to do this.
You
So,
know what
all
did
is well.
you know what did the reaction of the Indian public and the section of the Indian cricket team look like? Those old in your bubble Lords members who have got a very archaic and otherworldly interpretation of the laws for their convenience. That is why I did not like the way how they were going after England. India looked foolish. They were absolutely foolish in the way how they went about it. Every team
No,
does
but
it.
India was also right in being upset
Okay.
about time wasting and sledging.
They have got the Siraj syndrome. Misplaced aggression.
But why do you say Siraj's aggression is misplaced? He's a fast bowler. How do you expect him to behave?
As I said,
You're the same kind of Indian who applauds when Glenn McGrath is aggressive. When
he never got his aggression mistimed, just like his
he's
metronomic
sledged
deliveries.
He's sledged a greatest goat Sachin Tendulkar so many times. So he's okay. He's a fast bowler. He can do it.
And he backed it up.
Gillespie can do it.
And he backed it up. No, he got Tendulkar out so many times. And he got hit also many
Siraj has
times.
also picked up wickets. Yeah?
But-
Siraj had 8 wickets last test match
Yeah.
he played in Lords.
Of course.
He picked up 6 wickets in the last test match he played. He was part of that famous Gabba win. Yeah, he was leading that.
Just
act.
picked 7
Just
wickets.
because he's an Indian fast bowler, so you have a problem that he's being aggressive. Overseas fast bowlers aggressive.
Coincidence.
Bakar Yunus used to do that. Shoaib Akhtar used to say that. You never complained.
Today, Cars was going on Akash Deep and talking to him.
Of course, but what
But
happened then?
No.
Is Akash Deep still at the crease?
But we said this. We had this debate when Travis Head and
Of course.
Siraj had this.
Because-
Also, I don't think that you can only be aggressive if you are performing.
No.
Yeah.
Did Travis Head
And he's
get out for
performing
14?
also.
I'm saying even if you're not, if maybe that's the reason why you're not able to perform, because you're not being able to get aggressive. You're waiting that when I perform,
Then you
only
should
then I'll
criticize
be-
everyone
Yeah, whoever gets
Okay.
for getting aggressive.
Okay. Did Travis Head get out for 14?
Your,
No, that's not the thing. That's not the thing.
Your Craig McMillan, because you like New Zealand, was the most aggressive bowler, even though he was a part-time
Craig
bowler.
McMillan.
Jofra
yeah,
Archer
yeah,
in the
yeah.
first innings
He was-
after picking
then
up.
But
never
Craig
criticized
McMillan never picked
He used to
wickets.
bowl
right?
bouncers to Sachin Tendulkar and
Yeah.
blow kisses and make fun.
Exactly.
You should criticize.
See, New Zealand, you have taken the wrong example. They are the
Because
nice
that
guys.
is your raw nerve.
No,
you
no,
are,
no,
you
no,
are going
no.
after an Indian bowler saying why are they aggressive.
See,
But
I
you
never
said it to.
I never go after Bumrah. Okay, his aggression is
You call
calculated.
New Zealand nice guy. They used to keep sledging all the time. Most of them.
Yeah.
That Parore and all these guys.
Look
number
at
one
the
sledger.
sledging they did 2011 quarterfinal in
course.
Dhaka.
But who
Exactly.
started it?
It was almost a physical
Who started it?
altercation.
It was Duplessis who started
I
it.
think this is double standard. This is
This isn't.
Yeah.
This is a
You Bryden Cars didn't get rid of
complex
Akash
you
Deep.
have
But
that
is he
Indian
there in the
players
crease?
cannot
No,
be aggressive.
that's not.
Okay, did Akash
But
Deep
he didn't
score
start-
100?
But Akash Deep didn't start.
No, Akash Deep when he said go
Yeah,
back.
because Bryden Cars was coming
Okay,
and saying
what did
stuff to him.
Akash Deep do
What?
when he was bowling? What did he do?
He was also
aggressive.
Yeah, so that is why I'm telling you, it's not said. that-
Again, did Akash Deep
then
score
how,
100?
Then how was he wrong?
Akash Deep will score
But
100.
Akash Deep isn't the
What is
batter.
this logic that you have
My
to score
logic
100
is
to be
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
See, if you score 200, 300, okay, and the bowler cleans you up, and then you do yeah in front of him, you look like a clown.
No.
Siraj looked like a clown in
There are so
Adelaide.
many bowlers who have
No,
So
who've been.
then Bashir shouldn't celebrate. KL
Yeah.
Rahul has got 100. Why are you celebrating?
Yeah.
Did he celebrate in his face and he do a shoulder tackle? I don't think so.
Ben Stokes was, at the first test match, misbehaving.
With whom?
Who was the batter when he was
Today he was going to
smiling?
KL Rahul.
Pant.
Okay.
Pant came and smashed it.
And today he was going to
Misbehaving,
KL Rahul and
smiling,
talking to him.
saying
Of
words.
course. What has he done?
So
Ben Stokes that he's showing
there
so much
is
aggression.
talking and there is
Good job,
aggression. There is talking and there is aggression. And I'll tell you what, I'm okay with Siraj just shouting, but I am not okay with the fact that you shoulder tackle someone. Virat Kohli shoulder tackling Sam Constas. Everybody will appreciate, oh, it's a new age aggression, new age India.
No, that
Sorry.
wasn't aggression.
but
You
he
look like a
didn't
clown.
He didn't shoulder tackle.
Sam Constas.
No,
Duck it.
Okay.
He didn't shoulder tackle. He came very close to him.
And he did this.
No,
That
he
as
didn't.
Shashwat did the replays, he saw that it was Duckett who was walking.
Yeah,
though I
yeah.
still agree that the initiator was Siraj.
Of course.
But he did actually shoulder tackle, but he came very close.
The
with
best example of calculated aggression that was made to look good was Glenn McGrath, Dale Steyn, and Morne
this is
Mokel.
a-
Did we say
complex.
Jofra Archer after
This is
taking
a
the first
complex
wicket in the
research.
first innings, he was celebrating, shouting and everything. That was fine.
by-
He made a comeback after so many years.
Okay.
What
Did
has
he
done that
do
he
it
celebrated?
right in the right in the
No,
face
this
of
is
the batter?
nitpicking.
What Nitish Reddy did today to Zach Crawley was great.
nitpicking.
What Nitish Reddy did today to
Mohammad
Zach
Siraj,
Crawley.
all that he did
Always
was
go after Siraj.
Of course I will, because he
Every
looks like a
time.
clown when he
No.
does it. Mohammad Siraj is the ultimate example of clown behavior.
No,
And
He's
it's
a
from
hard-working bowler.
It is
Such a hard-working
Gives his
bowler.
he is
heart.
from that old school where Virat Kohli had initiated of fake aggression.
fake aggression.
It was fake aggression.
You are saying Virat Kohli did fake aggression.
BGT, you didn't have runs and you were scoring aggression.
Did we, sir?
What says that you have to have runs to be aggressive?
Then don't talk. You're not there as a right hand. You're not there as a right hand mouth. You're there as a right hand bat or a right
Sir,
hand.
so
But
they're doing
I would
their job.
agree
Every
with your
player has ups and
philosophy
downs.
if you criticize everyone for being like that. But you have a syndrome
No.
where only Indian players you criticize. Any
We
player
have.
from
Also,
Australia,
Mohammad
West
Siraj,
Indies,
we
New
have
Zealand, they are fine.
criticizing him.
We
We
have,
did a video on him
of course,
criticizing
we
Siraj.
have also called out
Shane
the
Warne went and
Bangladeshis.
got all the collar of.
So didn't we call out Shane Warne?
yes.
Of course we did.
No, you would have
Of
said
course
it
we.
is okay. That is Shane Warne. He is okay.
We have also called out Kemar Roach's behavior in the past when he used to do it to Jacques Callis. We called that out
Yeah,
also.
that is easy for you to call. He's not from Australia or New Zealand or.
No, but then tell me an instance of any. Okay, there was only one Australian who looked foolish while he was being aggressive. James Faulkner. James Faulkner was shown his place and he was foolish. He tried to sledge people, he used to get hit. Yet he never learned. And that's where out of place, out of context aggression can sometimes backfire and make you look ridiculous.
But
Okay.
what Siraj did, I feel, wasn't out of context. Whatever happened the previous day.
That's a different debate.
Yeah.
We'll keep going on, and not that Siddharth will give up. You guys let us know what you think of his going after Mohammad Siraj. Get back to the game because it's a test match and there is so much excitement there. Anybody can win. We've already got a teaser from Gulati who is very confident India will win. We'll get to details as to why every one of us thinks who's going to win. But Shashwat had a question.
I have a very important question that I really want to know. Why did KL Rahul take that single on the first delivery of the final over, knowing that there is Akash Deep on the other end, not Shubman Gill, not Karun Nair, not Rishabh Pant? Firstly, why was Akash Deep sent with still 15 minutes remaining in the day? Again, panic stations. Again, you remember once Mohammad Siraj was also sent this very similar way.
India, New Zealand, Wankhede.
Wankhede, and then he also got out. Similar, everything similar. Why, first question, why do the Indian team starts to panic suddenly out of nowhere, despite the fact that you have scored 700 runs in the previous test matches and you're chasing just 200. As soon as the ball starts to swing this much, all your batters suddenly start to fall. And then you're giving a single to Akash Deep in the first delivery of the final over. Boy, why did that happen?
As far as your first question is concerned, that why was Akash Deep sent? I also am not in agreement. They shouldn't have sent him. I think it was too early. Had there been 1 or 2 overs remaining, you could have sent him. So I think that's a mistake that the Indian team made. To answer your second question, that why did KL Rahul take the run and give? What is a night watchman's job? What is a night
Exactly.
watchman supposed to do? But tell
Yeah.
me, what is the night watchman? The basic term.
That he has to buy out time so that the other batter does not come out to bat.
No, in simple words, a night
Protect the batter.
watchman's exactly. Night watchman's job is to protect the batter. Who's the batter between Akash Deep and KL Rahul?
KL Rahul.
So it is Akash Deep's job to take deliveries and protect the batter in KL Rahul, and not KL Rahul's job to protect Akash Deep. That roles reverse when you are batting with the tail. This is at the initial bit. it is a night watchman's job to take more and more delivery because you didn't want to be in a situation. I agree that he's also protecting another batter not to come, but his job is also to protect the batter who's on crease. And you are better off having an Akash Deep out rather than a KL Rahul out. I'm sure that when we will discuss as to India's chances going forward, KL Rahul is a name that is going to crop up very often. As Siddharth had said right at the start, KL Rahul is key. So, KL
Rahul is key.
No, he didn't say is key. KL Rahul key, he had said. KL Rahul key. So that's why I asked him, what language is he? So that is why Akash Deep did that. Now you can chip in with your thoughts of whether Akash Deep should have come out or not. That's a debate
Big
for
mistake.
which I don't agree.
Big mistake. It was not as if you had 5 minutes left in the day. He came out to bat at 22:44 IST, meaning you had 16 minutes to go. 16 minutes to go, meaning you could have bowled close to 2 overs, 3 overs.
No, absolutely.
16
Four overs. Four to five overs.
Yeah.
I asked you also 5 overs
Again,
can I bowl now?
Per over 4-5 minutes,
Yeah.
na.
Looking at
Two and a
all
half.
the...
No, Siddharth.
Five
No,
overs.
please. Looking at their over rates, I cannot even
Does
assume
not-
5...
Does not matter.
But
they bowled those many overs.
3
after that.
overs, 4 minutes per each,
Arey,
12.
No, they were enough, and he did that injury time.
Of
and
course.
wasted one over there. But if you are saying 16 minutes, then minimum of 4 to 5 overs is what
Which
you're looking
England could not get in because they had to review every single thing. Every ball looked like a
To
wicket.
appeal for almost everything.
Appeal for everything, and that is why, see, the decision baffled me. Why would you want to send a night watchman when there are 16 minutes of play left instead of 5 minutes left? But credit to him, he did his job. 1 of 11, moment he got out, it was stumps. But instead of 58 for 3, it looks like 58 for 4. But you have
How
got...
looks like it is.
It could have been 58 for 3, but it is 58 for 4. So 1, 2, 3,
It's not
4.
looking like 58 for 4. It
Is
is
58.
Okay, what I would want to
And
say
you could
is...
very well have been 58 for 5 if that KL Rahul catch was taken.
No, but that was very difficult.
Chris
It
Wokes.
was,
Chris
it was a
Wokes, yeah.
straightforward regulation catch, Sidvi sir.
No,
The
I
Chris
think
Wokes
you will-
Never easy for the bowlers,
on
na.
a follow
Never
through,
easy.
yeah, it's not that
He
easy.
had too much time. He had just
the number of catches India have dropped, it has to even out also. Na, somehow.
yeah.
It can't be that India keeps dropping and they are expected to take everything.
So you are left with only 4 proper batters instead of 5 proper batters then. So that is why the pressure will be far more. Which is why the tactic didn't make sense to me. But in an odd sense of providence, it did work. Akash Deep fell in the last over of the day and stumps.
I think if there's anyone, I would have sent in as a number 5 batter. Obviously, I don't agree with the fact that Akash Deep, was the right choice. I completely, +1 to what you and Siddharth have said, and even Shashwat also. If there's anyone I would have sent, I think it's Washington Sundar. He was the one I think who was actually high on confidence, and he would have been more confident about the fact that I can make sure that I survive these overs and at the very same time provide the able support to KL Rahul, which he definitely needs just at the stroke of stumps. So I would say poor decision, but now what's happened has happened.
I think absolutely terrible decision. What this does is it just doesn't shorten your batting in that sense. It also shows the other team that you are panicking. I think this was a clear message that you have started to panic. I remember Shubman Gill, since the very beginning of the series, I have been pointing this out again and again and again, and I think the England bowlers knew about this as well, because we sitting so far away know about this. I think they knew as well. As soon as the ball starts to swing and the ball starts to in swing this much also, Shubman Gill is clearly in trouble. Rightly so, he is following the path of the king, because that's exactly how things were with Virat Kohli also at the beginning of the career.
Rightly,
No, not...
He
didn't have trouble with the incoming.
This has
He
been
was
a problem
that
with all
off-stump.
Indian top order batters, that as soon as there is this much in swing, the batters have no clue, and everybody from there gets out the same way.
No. There is a
Such big
method.
problem,
I'll tell you what.
Such a big problem.
No.
Cannot
The
get
in-swinger,
fired.
the inside edge is a problem, because see what has happened in this decade is players have tried to ensure that they do not get the outside edge that often, so they want to leave, they want to have their timing right, they want to get the technique right in trying to ensure they don't get the outside edge. Because sometimes what happened was, in the previous decade there was some data which showed that outswingers would trouble the Indian batters and you would go on fishing at it. So they worked really hard to ensure to have the discipline to not chase outside off, and the outside edge was not done.
It wasn't swinging over here. It wasn't just swinging.
Listen.
That was angling it.
No. It didn't. I'm not finished. See, what's happened now is, in your obsession to ensure that your outside edge is not taken, you have not covered your inside edge. So whenever a bowler bowls an inside this incoming delivery, most batters will struggle. Most batters will struggle.
No. So Siraj, I tell you what, I mean the common sense is, and you speak to any player, even if you've played club level cricket or wherever, the common thing or what you practice is that you do not play for the outswinger. You always play for the in-swinger. So you can look ugly by missing an outswinger, that's fine. That is not going to trouble you as much. The problem is you should, so when they say that you're facing a bowler who you don't know which way he's going to be moving the ball, that's where coaches tell you always play assuming it's going to be an in-swinger. Why do they say that? For you to be better prepared for in-swingers. And I think this is the problem. I think you have to be better prepared for in-swingers, because the chances of you getting an edge to an outswinger are very less. So they think that if you're confused, ball pitches there, think of it as an in-swinger. What worse can happen? It turns out to be an outswinger. That means it will miss your bat by a big margin. Anyway, so you're not out. So, but if you're playing for an outswinger and the ball comes in, then you're out. So more often than not, and if you see the batters in the past as well, they were very good at negotiating balls, not even swing the one that seemed in, but there I think is a genuine problem. And that takes me to the point, despite India doing so well, and this is what we discussed here. Remember, before this match started, we were talking about the conditions and how the conditions are going to be, and then we started comparing. I think Rajdeep was here. We started comparing which is the better batting order, and at that situation I said that England may have a better batting order, and he was surprised, saying, how can you say that after the 2 test matches you've had? But the point is, those 2 test matches you had in very flat conditions. There was nothing. Not that you've now got English conditions, but why I said England may be better, in those slight conditions where the ball starts doing much, you will find Indian batters in trouble, because
Correct.
It's not your bread and butter. And that's why I pointed out 2 batters in Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shubman Gill, both of whom had outstanding time in the first 2 test match. But as soon as you got to know that this test match there will be some sort of movement, remember what we started this series with. Our conversation was this: it is going to be a test of Yashasvi Jaiswal in moving condition. It will be a test of Shubman Gill in moving conditions, in Sena-like conditions. Because in flat conditions, there is no doubt these are your 2 best batters. They've shown it in India, they'll show it in Australia, they'll show it in wherever you have flat conditions. They showed it in the first 2 test matches in England. Every time there's movement, this was an issue, of the ball coming in. So all I'm saying is that they've not gone past it. And look at the way Yashasvi Jaiswal gets out. What that tells me is that he's a good batter, he's a talented batter, one for the future. But as soon as there's any movement, he himself doesn't have confidence in his own technique to survive there. Otherwise, they should show. And while Shubman Gill is showing more resolve and at least showing a will to fight, as he showed in the first innings as well, but the returns have been meager, just because of the condition that are on offer. So I think the problem, there is an issue there which both players really haven't sorted out as yet, and that is why you're in a situation like that.
Yashasvi Jaiswal is still young into his career. I remember when we were previewing about this series, I think I also said that this is going to be a very big test for Yashasvi Jaiswal. Although I knew that it's not going to be the best series for him, but he will definitely learn a lot from here, so that the next time that he goes to England, that's going to help him a lot. But with Shubman Gill, he batted absolutely flawless batting in the first 2 test matches where the conditions were flat. I remember his father also on that call after his 269 said that I'm really happy. It looks like that you, the way you used to play an under 14-16 where you did not get out, you wanted to score those big runs. That is how you batted. And he is a generational talent, nothing to take away. But as soon as the ball starts to swing, you need to prepare for that beforehand. You need to be in England. That you have a very packed schedule, all of these things. Because of that, you cannot do that. But in these conditions, this Indian batting order, only a KL Rahul or a Rishabh Pant who have been there, who have done that before, can actually take you over the line. Yashasvi Jaiswal, who's somebody who is technically he's not that strong, but he is a very confident batter. He likes to play on the merit of the ball. Today he's coming and starting to pull the balls as if there's some hurry to score runs. Why is that? Because you know the ball is swinging and you need to score those runs as soon as possible. Shubman Gill again and again, he's so tentative. He's shuffling from his off stump to the middle stump just to protect getting bowled on the in swinging ball, and that is where Bryden Cars got him. And that delivery, it was a pure setup for Shubman Gill. It wasn't like that it was swinging so much. It was swinging also, but Bryden Cars was very deliberately angling it into Shubman Gill as well.
And using the slope.
Yeah, and using that slope. So it was a very obvious plan that was being utilized by the English bowlers, for which Shubman Gill fell into. Why I don't feel so nice about this, and why I know it might seem like I'm going a lot after Shubman Gill, especially after the kind of runs that he's gotten, because he has that talent in him and he can really counter these conditions. He's known this problem with him that has been there for such a long time now, and till now he's not able to really rectify that and work on that. That is something that differentiates you from a once in a generational player versus somebody who's a very good player in this generation.
See, I mean, if I was to sum up, no, it's not a great reflection, but I'm sorry. First, and this is also not a English typical pitch, but first pitch where it is offering something to the bowlers, I'm sorry to say, this is a competition between who's the worst batting lineup.
Exactly.
It's England also. English players born and brought up in these conditions are awful in these conditions, are showing no stomach for a fight, that I'll fight it out, I'll get run. So what if conditions are tough? I have that technique. England were pathetic, bad, lack of confidence, showing that they cannot bat in these pitches, and I think India is doing no better. So eventually the team that will be which will be slightly less bad than the other. I think that batting lineup will win, but overall both batting lineups, I agree that this pitch is offering something, but it's not an impossible pitch. There have been test matches with worse pitches, more dangerous conditions, but you've had batters in the past who grind it up, score runs, get gritty 80s, 90s in those tough situations and take their teams through. I'm afraid that between the two batting lineups, I'm not seeing.
I think it's basically down to the fact that, just to add to what you have said, for England, they don't really have those batters who can counter the swinging conditions or their own home conditions. I think it's basically down to the fact that there is not really any upgrade in the county cricket. The pitches that you're getting, they're actually worse, to say the least. They're pretty much the flat and fast wickets, something that we saw at Edgbaston in Leeds. We talk about India, I think it's pretty obvious that it is because of more of T20 cricket and more IPL that you don't really have time to go back to your basics. You go back to domestic cricket, see where those mistakes are happening, and just come out fitter and stronger. You go back to the generation of Tendulkar, Ganguly, everyone, whether they were out of form or when they were coming after an injury, one thing that was very certain for all these players was that irrespective of how much cricket they were playing, they actually took out time, they actually squeezed out time to make sure that they did play a bit of domestic cricket so that they can iron out those flaws, get their rhythm back, and when they go for an overseas tour, they look the best version of themselves. I don't think, in case of Jaiswal and Gill, in case of Gill, after all those double hundreds that he scored.
What has happened to people who played domestic cricket? I'm giving you an example of Karun Nair. Scored so many runs in domestic cricket. Look how he's looked.
I think it's for Karun Nair, I think it's simple that it's...
I don't understand what's wrong with Karun Nair. It's very hard to... Is it some mental block? What it is? Because...
Has he played...
What?
The last test in this series?
If India lose, yes.
But he looks really assured while he's on the pitch.
Has he played the last test in this, or you think he'll get another test match?
I think he'll get another test match.
If India lose this, he's out. He's not playing another test.
I think irrespective of the result, Karun Nair will get one more test.
I doubt it. I think he's got... I know that the captain said that they'll give long ropes and all, but it's a tough series. We've seen batters get dropped for much less. I know that we also backed him that he should get another test match, but I think you really needed him to step up at some situation in this series. He's not done it even once. So there's a 6 innings, and if India lose, I agree with him. If India win, there is an outside chance because everything worked in your favor that he might get another shot. You sometimes don't want to change the winning combination. But if India lose, I tend to agree with Siddharth that I doubt, because you could say sometime good catch, you could say sometime he was playing aggressive, sometime unlucky, whatever you can say. But there have been moments where the team has needed him and you expected him to, stand up and deliver the goods, and he's not managed that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this was actually his golden chance when Jaiswal got out early. It was really like, let's for Karun Nair, I think the mindset should have been, let's just try and get to a 50 and put India in a good position. But unfortunately, I think it does look like that, the sword is obviously hanging over him. But I think I'm just going by the statement of Gautam Gambhir that we will give longer ropes, and that's why I think Karun Nair will get one more test.
Because I think the rope is now reduced to a thread with 6 innings. Yeah. And again on a tricky pitch, the first tricky pitch that you've seen in the series, Jaiswal and Gill have combined to score a total of only 35 runs on the first tricky pitch that you've had. Jaiswal with 13 and 0 and Gill with 16 and 6. So if you encounter similar conditions in Manchester, then you are in trouble.
And Karun Nair, I think the only approach that he should have had today was that he needs to win the game for India. I think seeing the conditions and seeing everything, it was very obvious that it's not going to be that easy for India to chase it down. Karun Nair, I think I wouldn't be wrong if I say that Karun Nair after KL Rahul has looked one of the better batters, in the sense, not in the terms of runs, but the way he has actually played in these conditions.
No, I wouldn't really say that on this
even
wicket.
I don't
On
actually.
this wicket.
No, on this wicket he's still fine. Yeah.
Brain fade moment or whatever he had.
It was a total misjudgment from a
specifically
veteran.
in the second test, he was actually a walking wicket in the second innings. Bryden Cars, he literally had him.
I mean, most
after
of his
all
runs
those
were
outside edges.
edges to third man.
Exactly.
But he's still at least looking good.
The most assured that Karun Nair looked was in the first innings of
and
Lords.
he just has himself
The first
to blame.
innings, yeah.
After doing so much, after working so hard, after scoring thousands and thousands of runs year after year, series after series, everywhere he went he scored runs, and then this to happen, it's very unfortunate for Karun Nair. I hope that he gets another game.
Okay, let's get back to the test match. It's on a knife's edge, as it has been throughout this particular test match. First innings, there was nothing much to choose. Now also many would say that it's a close call. If England were shoddy in their batting, India following suit, and if India were good in the first innings in tough conditions, England follows suit and matched up to them.
So correct me if I'm wrong, this session has seen 8 wickets fall.
Exactly, 4 India, 4 England. Yeah.
So
the most in the
if
match.
you remember, this is what I spoke about, that when the test match had started, that this test match, unlike all other Lords test match where it gets better for batting, this pitch, what it showed us on day 1, day 2, and this is what we analysed here on Sports Today, that as the test match progresses, it will progressively get worse to bat on, and that was what I kept harping on, the fact that is the reason that Ben Stokes, who usually loves to chase, this time won the toss and decided to bat first, precisely for these moments. That's another thing that India can, bat really well and win this test match. But I think this is what they bargained for, that it will get worse, the pitch, and we'll have a chance. Anyway, let's get down to where the test match is and who do you think has the edge and what is it that we're going to see tomorrow. I mean, safe to say that draw is out.
Yes,
either way,
totally.
you're going to get a result. So, yeah.
And weather is absolutely fine.
Let's start with Siddharth, who has given us a teaser, who is the only one who's not nervous amongst all of us, who said, easy, India is winning.
I think at 58 for 4, everyone, almost everyone would really be like, mere ko to aisa dag dag ho raha hai, that kind of a moment. But I'm not really looking at it from the perspective of 58 for 4. I'm looking at it from the fact that you still have 5 more established batters who only need to get
4
you
more.
about 104 more. KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant, Nitish Reddy,
Excluding
Ravindra
KL
Jadeja.
Rahul, he's there, he's batting.
So total of 5, I'm saying.
No, but now one of them will also be batting only, na?
See,
Pant or
Yeah.
it's about the mindset, like, Virat Kohli always used to say, it's either 90 of 60 balls or 90 of 10 overs. How I am seeing it, it's 135.
You're saying it as 58 for 3, right?
I'm saying
Only
it as
Akash Deep,
58 for 3.
So 58 for 3 and you think India can win?
Yeah, 135 more runs and you have 5 established batters. I think KL Rahul is in brilliant form. He's obviously, one of India's best batters this series. There is Rishabh Pant. I think he scored a couple of hundreds in the first test, has followed it up with a couple of 50s, one at Edgbaston, now at Lord's also almost got 100, in the first innings. Nitish Kumar Reddy, he hasn't really gotten a big score, but then he showed some resistance in the first innings at Lord's here. Ravindra Jadeja has turned out to be one of your best batters, showing all that grit that is needed in the middle order. I think he has been the glue in the middle order that is actually required for India. And Washington Sundar, in whatever limited chances that he has scored, batting at 7, 8 or with the ball now, I think he has the confidence. Total of 5 batters, if you're telling me that they cannot get the remaining 135 runs, I'm not going to believe you. It's as simple as that.
Just to put it into perspective, England were 4 down at 90 something.
98 for 4.
Yeah. So and then they finished at
192.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that in this pitch, being 98 for 4 and still packing up for 190 odd, now you're 58 for 4. So if you pack up before that, it is not going to be a big shocker, is what I'm saying. But that's fine. He's put in his.
See, what I'm not able to understand is that I don't think there are too many demons in the pitch. Pawan, let's look at India's scorecard actually. One thing that I want to understand is that I take a look at almost all the dismissals that they've had. Let's start from Akash Deep from bottom to up. I think he literally got a good delivery, and I think too good a delivery for a tail-ender or a night watchman. Shubman Gill, I don't think there was any extraordinary about that delivery. He could have played it with the more straighter bat. There was no need for him to go across the line for it. Karun Nair, once again, it was a complete brain fade that he had. And for Yashasvi Jaiswal, nothing great about the delivery, his own mistake. So what I'm trying to say is that there are not too many demons on the pitch that, it's keeping too much low or there is a lot of invariable bounce. 5 batters, 135 runs, I think it's gettable.
Just to also point that, I'll give an example that that there is clearly why there is a difference in the pitch and why is it that batters are also falling. Just not debating what you're saying. You've made a valid argument and possibly it could be India that is on the winning side and he's right. But just to put things into perspective, even someone like a KL Rahul who looked so assured in the first innings and did not really put a foot wrong, he's looked like a cat on a hot tin roof. Someone who's very well equipped with technique and everything else to manage. He's been lucky on a lot of, once or twice he has a misjudgment, the ball almost got his stump. My point is that it is tough going there. Yes, not to say that India cannot, as you put it, maybe those batters, put their hand up, get the runs, and India, we are celebrating an India win tomorrow, is a possibility. But all my point is that you need to keep this in mind, that England were also 98 for 4 and they collapsed. There has to be a reason for it, right? And there were 6 wickets that fell there. Not all were lucky breakthroughs as well. Similarly, there are wickets that have fallen here, and if it is proven to be tough for anyone to play, for example, like a Shubman Gill, it was tough for him to negotiate that. He had 2 or 3 close shouts before that as well. Is that it's not as easy? Because the same guy has got 600 plus runs so far, but he's finding it tough here. That means, it is not easy, the ball jagging back in, you're not testing the bounce. Someone like a Yashasvi Jaiswal, I know he's an aggressive batter, but the kind of shot he played, was it an indication of maybe, he feels he cannot last in the pitch wrong? Some of the shots that the English batters played, and while we criticize Harry Brook for the way that he was playing, or everyone else who came in, or Duckett who tried to be aggressive, maybe they realized being there that it's going to be tough survival. So our counter-attack is the only option. I'm just putting a different perspective here. It's clearly not an easy pitch to bat on, but that's not to say that India can't chase it down. And so Siddharth feels he's very confident India will chase it down.
See,
to the other Siddharth.
Yeah, see, it's not necessary that your wicket-taking delivery has to be out of this world on this particular wicket. Okay?
Agreed.
First, tell us what is your
This is honestly
gut and mind and everything.
Very 50-50 for me. But I think I will put England 51%, India 49%. Because I'll give you my reasons for the 49%. You now have the 2 batters who are going to come, who will be the key in winning you this test match, in KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
Okay. Nitish Reddy, Ravindra Jadeja, maybe under all this pressure. See, Jadeja, although he's been your best batter, like you pointed out, but whenever there has been pressure, when was the last time Jadeja contributed?
He won the IPL under pressure, hit that winning run.
2023, but that was
Mohit Sharma.
But that was the once in a generation kind of
I lifted him also.
Sure, but that was a once in a generation knock that he played, match winning. But prior to that and before this, whenever there was pressure, he's always come up short. So that is why Ravindra Jadeja, big test for him as well when you look at it. Only KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant can ensure that they come somewhere very close to the target and ensure there's not much to chase for the other 4 guys. But you saw that there was this one indication in the final over bowled by Stokes. One straight delivery kept low. Akash Deep was pinned to the back foot. He somehow got it out. But then he followed up with a delivery which knocked the off pole off. So it's the deliveries that are building up. Every delivery that Kars was bowling, utilizing the slope with that angle, he was getting it to talk. And that is why similar conditions tomorrow, you are going to see something very problematic for India. These 135 runs will be looking very far away. I think England have wrested the initiative back, but it is on the knife edge. If Pant scores a quick 40 or 50, it will be advantage India only then. KL, finally the time has come, deliver under pressure. The time is now. If that happens, then that one box which is not ticked. Where has KL Rahul ever delivered anything under pressure?
Champions Trophy?
Champions
I'm
Trophy.
talking about test cricket.
Test cricket centurion when nobody is getting run. You won the test match, he got you the 100, yeah.
No,
What
we
are you
lost
saying?
that test match.
No, that...
21 we won. I'm talking about
Yeah.
this one.
We got 100 there also. And Lords, he got 100 last time. You won that test match.
Yeah.
Only centurion. Come on.
But
yeah.
again, but then see, the sword of Damocles will always be on KL Rahul's contribution. The only thing is, if he scores 100, where has he delivered under
But I'm
pressure?
not buying the argument that he has failed to step up in crucial situations. No, that's
See, but
that's happened multiple
this
times.
is no.
Yeah.
Where in the 4th innings, Gulati? 4th innings of a test
Indian
match.
batter, na? That's why he's saying it.
4th innings. I'm talking about
Are we
4th
really
innings.
looking at the 4th innings, or are we looking at the chase, or at a
see,
time when
one day to you don't get
first
4th
innings is
innings,
also
chase
crucial,
it
yaar,
down.
Siddharth.
KL Rahul is great, but then I'm only stating the point that this is the pressure situation which you really want him to shine. He's gotten a great side. He's the only guy who's looked better on this wicket.
Siddharth, had this been a, I'm not saying that. See, I'm trying to make an argument now, and there is no no disrespect to this match. This is not a WTC final wherein you are trying to pile up more pressure on KL Rahul. This is obviously an important series, a very important match of the series. It could very well be the result of this match could very well be defining for both the teams. So that's what I'm
Rahul
saying.
didn't play the WTC final of 23, and I think was he there in 21?
No, he wasn't.
He's not saying he played. He's saying that it's an important match, but don't make it sound like it's World Cup final also.
I mean, see, you are at the cusp. If you win Lords, there is a great chance you're winning the series as well.
That's what we discussed also.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a good chance. If you win at Lords, you will win the series as well. So that is why, if you lose this game, momentum will go, and we have seen in 2018 how it happened. You came so close on 2 occasions, you absolutely spectacularly squandered it. Edgbaston and Southampton. The game was within your grasp, you squandered it. Similar kind of a situation, Pant, KL are the key in this particular instance.
Okay, 51 to England.
51 to England, 49 to India.
I think until and unless
Sit back, relax.
Yeah.
Chill. Chill.
Until and unless Shubman
We have long explanation,
yeah,
so
yeah.
relax.
until and unless Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul have a 100-run partnership, I think if that is not happening, I think England will be clear favourites heading into day 5. And the only reason for that is that I know that this is the reason why you wanted to play 8, 9, 10, 11 batters, and now that you have done it, I think it's not going to be of much use either, because conditions are going to be extremely different from what we have seen so far in the series, and we've already seen the glimpses of that affect the Indian team also in the little bit of in the 18 overs that we have seen till now. I think KL Rahul is the only technically he's the only capable batter to actually
There you
score
go.
these.
This was what I was waiting
to score these runs in these
Tears of
conditions.
joy.
No, very.
I mean, imagine, I said, Italy qualifying for
I know.
for the
World Cup,
Cricket
T20
World
World
Cup.
Cup, yeah.
No, I've
Global warming
always.
is real.
Real.
Shashwat, waxing lyrical about
I've
My
always.
glasses are fogged up.
I've
so.
always.
About?
KL Rahul. I've always said this, and I continue to say it. I
I
think.
wish I can take out. Pawan, tomorrow are you working? Yes. Please spend some time and take out all the times he mentioned 30 average,
No,
and even
now-
be part of the team.
No, even now that could happen very well by the end of the series that he averages 30. But the only thing is, very
See, heart
honestly.
of heart, you want that.
No,
Now,
sir,
Sachin.
technically the best batter among the 11 players versus being overall the best batter, these are two different things. So I feel technique wise, I think KL Rahul is the only person who can actually take India over the line from here. But again, it boils down to the factor what Sidvi sir also just mentioned. I think him playing under pressure versus him playing freely are completely two different batters. So if he's like the two shots, that back foot punch and the drive that he played today were
Wow.
that
Cover
Beautiful.
drive, cover drive, and the back foot punch. Also.
was
Yeah,
even
yeah.
better
Both.
in the same over.
I know.
It was just
I saw.
amazing. I have no words to describe it. I think I can watch that all throughout the night today till the game starts tomorrow. That's how good those shots were. So if he bats like this without any pressure,
He's never even spoken like this about Shreyas. I
no.
It's such glowing.
But
tribute.
he is such a good batter. It's just that he needs to now see again. People are scoring 200. Yesterday I was so disheartened when he got out. Just after his 100 for a nothing shot. It wasn't required. That is where KL Rahul can actually cement his place. If he would have converted that into a daddy 100, things would have been totally different. He would have come in this innings high on confidence. Now the only thing is, can he deliver under pressure? I know that he has done it previously and all of these things, but there are still question marks over him delivering under pressure. Despite him already being doing that, because he's not really established himself that way in the Indian batting order. So he really needs to do that. If he ends up winning this test match from tomorrow, I think it will be a test match that we will all remember for KL Rahul. But it's only him who can do that, and he will need the help of Rishabh Pant, because these are the two batters who I feel can actually counter attack and counter these conditions.
If KL gets and Pant get 100 partner, India will win. We all know that. I want you to tell us what is happening tomorrow.
I think 60-40 in favour of England
60-40.
as of now.
My prediction was like obviously India, but the percentage is 65 India, 35 England.
65 India.
Wow.
He's quite bullish, I must say.
I'll just say one thing again. 135 more runs. If five batters cannot get it, then to
Then next time you can play 6 now. He can play then.
Okay, my turn. I think it is a game on knife's edge. It's not much to choose from. I think both teams tonight will be nervous, and both teams tonight will be quietly confident of winning this test match. And if they are, I think they have every right to be, because there are enough opportunities. I think the team that really takes their opportunities on the fifth day will come out on tops. The good thing, as I said, is that till the end of day 3, what seemed to be heading for a draw, most likely, has suddenly got life in it. There was a bit of an argument that happened, and a fiery spell, and wickets falling. It's turned this into an exciting test match, and I'm firstly very happy that we will, and whether gods be kind to us, which I think they will be, not expected. So we are getting a result tomorrow, which is a good thing. Second thing I'm really happy about, I have a feeling it's going to be a close game.
Yes.
So this is one thing that we've desired for so long in this series, but both test matches have been, in that sense, one-sided. I know the second though is definitely, the first one also, but the way England chased it down, I think was one-sided. But that, test match I've been hoping for,
1
30
wicket,
runs
1
needed,
run.
3 wickets in hand, something like that sort of a scenario. 50 needed, 4 wickets in hand at least, that sort of an excitement that you get in test match cricket. I have a feeling that's coming tomorrow, so I'm very excited. Now to what I think might happen. As I said, it's a very close game, very tough to call, but something inside me is telling me I think that India will win this game. So I have a feeling that India go 2-1 up, and that's just a gut feeling, because as I said, if I look at cricketing logic, I have arguments to make both in favor of India and in favor of England too, and all will be valid arguments. I just have a feeling it's a 51-49 or a 52-48 sort of a game in India's favor. Though again, the scorecard doesn't suggest. I think on the scorecard, England are slightly ahead because they were in better position. And let's not forget, India batting last, so the pitch is progressively getting worse. But I just have a feeling that a couple of Indian batters will really dig their heels in and play a good inning and bring you. And they might get out, and then it might get interesting. But somehow India.
It has to be KL Rahul.
You may see a 1 wicket win, 1 run win. Could
Yeah,
happen.
could be.
But if suppose, God forbid it doesn't, it goes against India. Pawan, just go down. There is a very important factor which will hurt India the most. Go down even further. Bas. Look at below Mr. Bashir extras. 32 extras. Today, I don't know what was happening with Dhruv Jurel, the keeper. Either the deliveries were keeping really low or they were awkward. But
they were awkward.
They were awkward.
And a lot of times he was standing up to fast bowlers as well.
Exactly. So, let us take into account that 32 extras could hurt India big time. You could have not been chasing 193. You could have been chasing 160.
25 were buys out of that.
25 buys, exactly. Leg by 6, 25 buys. So that is why this extras factor of 32. If it goes against India, this will be a...
But I think it's a reflection of other pitches also.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Jurel's a fantastic.
In 25 buys, you don't expect Jurel to give.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's standing up. Pitch is not
But
easy.
so no matter what the conditions are, any wicketkeeper at the international level, 25 buys I think is a little too much.
Okay, we'll
No
judge
matter what the
what
condition.
James
Only
does
if,
tomorrow.
only if India lose.
Yeah.
If India win, this will be swept under the carpet.
Yeah.
Thankfully, in that sense. So, yep.
Just a quick update.
Yes,
There's a
finally
new
it's happened in
Wimbledon
Wimbledon.
champion.
He's
Yannick
avenged the loss
Sinner.
of French Open.
Yes, Yannick Sinner has won the Wimbledon men's singles final and given Carlos Alcaraz his very first loss in a Grand Slam final.
So Sinner, Wimbledon winner.
Of course. 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Wonderful performance indeed. And no channel slam for the second time
This can be your thumb also. Sinner, Wimbledon winner.
Of course, but yep. Fantastic achievement and no hat-trick for Carlos Alcaraz. He was gunning for a third Wimbledon title.
Third straight, yeah.
But now his streak is done. So, well done to Yannick Sinner.
Okay, before we take the questions, a word on India's bowling performance, especially Washi. You
I
guys
think
didn't want Washi to play, questioning.
when the tea session was there, so like Siddharth and I and even Shashwat also, we were discussing that now this is India's weak link. They need to get rid of the tail very quickly because India have been perennial underachievers in that department. And I think it was a great spell. I really wanted India to start with Bumrah and Washington Sundar, and they cleaned it up.
I
Great
think
performance.
The one thing that this would do, and I think Washington Sundar has pleasantly surprised all of us with his bowling performance. And despite the fact that pitch is a bit tricky and that aids the bowler, but whatever said and done, conditions are there for everyone and he's utilized it very well. But I think I felt that Shubman, the captain, wasn't very confident of bowling spinners in these conditions, if we saw at least in the first innings. I think what this may do is at least, because Shubman will have a long future as captain, I think, make him realize that even in seam-friendly conditions, you can rely on a spinner to get you wickets. Like, some other captains would do. Even in these conditions, they would rely on their spinners. I think that Shubman, in that sense, didn't have that confidence on relying on his spinners. So, I guess this is another lesson for him, which might serve him well, that even in overseas conditions going forward, he would probably utilize his spinners better, I guess.
But
Better,
same captain did not play him and the IPL played him as a batter. And
Yeah.
here also.
But IPL no different. I think they don't trust off spinners so
Because
much.
of
They
white
get
ball
hammered.
cricket. Yeah.
How many off spinners are actually left across
In
world
white
cricket?
ball, yeah, you are struggling.
No, I'm saying even in red ball, it's just Nathan
No,
Lyon.
red ball. No. There's Bashir bowling.
Bashir,
there is
yeah.
a Washington Sundar. There was Ashwin before that.
There was
There are
Nathan
many.
Lyon, who's
Nathan
not been
Lyon,
picked
yeah,
though
yeah.
for this
Yeah,
match.
Yes.
But then I think with Washington Sundar's performance, door still shut on Kuldeep Yadav for one more test.
Yeah,
at
I don't
least.
see him
think
playing
for
the oval
a very
test
long
now.
I think he's not playing the series.
Yeah, he's not playing the oval test. That was his best chance to play, but I don't think that's
it's not
happening.
happening.
Irrespective of the result.
What
of
do you
this
think?
match.
It's door
He
shut
start
on
working on
Kuldeep.
his batting though. That's the only way now. He can play test cricket.
Rakesh Bhushan.
Yeah, I was the one, Rakesh Bhushan said, who told 200 would be a tricky total to chase. Nikhil was confident based on India performance in first two tests because that was Pata wicket. This is Sena wicket and India crumbles in such wickets more than often.
So just to point that out, Rakesh, I remember you said that 200 and I thought that 200 would be gettable. I think more in the range of 250 plus would be tough and not 200 because I didn't think the pitch had deteriorated that much. And I still maintain, I think it's a poor performance, as I said during my chat. I think it's a competition between the two teams to prove which team can be more mindless while batting. And, whichever is worse off, that is the team that will end up losing. So it's not really a competition between outstanding batting performances, but in terms of poor batting performance. And as far as the two batting lineup is concerned, I remember arguing in favor of England's batting being better in these conditions. So I think you and I are on the same page where I said that I like this Indian batting lineup. They'll do well, but mostly in flat conditions. I argued that in these conditions, England batters, the same England batters might perform better. That's another thing that they tried their best to fail, but I thought that they would be slightly better in these conditions. Flat conditions, no match. India
called out Harry Brook's shot a lot, but I don't think there was a lot of difference between which the shot Harry Brook played and what Yashasvi Jaiswal played. I think very similar.
It was mindless. Yeah, I agree.
Mindless, yes.
But
indeed. Jassi Singh. Ooh. We Indians are biggest hypocrites. Pant wasting time in T20, it's masterstroke. We cheat by misusing concussion rule, it's masterstroke.
I think he's referring to that Harshit Rana and
Shivam
Dubey. Once they got Chahal in place of
Ravindra
Jadeja, yeah. Even Sachin Dravid used to waste time, but if someone else does it, we cry. But I think the Pant argument, we already checked it out yesterday.
Totally respect your opinion, and some of us shared a similar opinion. We agreed, we disagreed, but we've had a lengthy discussion on that as well. And we've also called out on certain times where India have not done well, but I think the larger sentiment that we've come up with is that it's fine, both teams did it. India were well within their right to waste time, England were well within their right to crib, and exactly the opposite, England were well within their rights to waste time, India were well within their rights to be cribbing. So
yes,
Pawan, go down.
It's like football, no, where your player falls down, time is running out, you complain, but you know that he's also acting. Opposition team is also upset. What do you do?
Sharan has a comment that when will India learn to master the low score chases overseas? It's a bad habit that's creeping from former Indian teams.
Yeah, I mean, 2018 I gave two examples, like you couldn't chase those totals.
I think the first, we really have to go back to that 120 against West Indies, 81 all out.
97
Barbados. Yeah. That was the nightmare which we were living for so long.
Tendulkar was the captain.
Yeah,
in that series.
We got it for 81.
Yeah.
In that chase, yeah. Hope it happens at Lord's tomorrow.
What?
Chasing this total.
No, because you said 81 all out and then you said hope it happens.
No.
That's why he asked.
Rakesh Bhushan has a comment.
What were you saying? Clarify.
I hope that India avoids this and ensure we chase the total down at
I'm saving you from all the...
Thank you so much.
Abuses.
Thank you, Shashwat.
Rakesh Bhushan has a comment that I was looking at such pitch to see how Indian youngsters perform. Jaiswal was riding on arrogance to pull Jofra. Karun Nair very bad leave. Gill, the ball nipped back in and he looked a cat on a hot tin roof. India need to do some magic to pull this off.
True. Yeah. See, I mean, if India do pull it off, I think it'll be a famous win. I think it'll be a win that should be celebrated more than the last win that you had at Edgbaston, because there you still got a condition that you would be comfortable with. These tricky conditions, a thriller, low scoring at that in the second innings, and you're chasing, you chase it down, it should be fun.
I mean, the last time I can remember an absolute thriller, chasing this only, I mean, although 23 runs more, Mohali, India, Australia, 1 wicket. VVS.
Pragyan Ojha and VVS.
Yes.
Suresh Raina was the...
I hope there is no abuse directed at
Only
that.
time VVS got angry.
Yes. Wow.
Jassi Singh.
Sid nailed it. Siraj energy is all drama, zero damage. Nikhil bhai, copying your CEO doesn't make you CEO. Just makes
Are
office
you telling
meetings
me that
funny.
directly that I will not be... No, I'm saying, is he giving an example or actually...
That's what not as I would.
Does he literally mean that?
Yeah.
Huh? You've been keeping track on what is happening in the media houses space. Huh?
That's Siraj versus Aussie bowlers in a nutshell. Just in addition to what Jassi Singh said, funny to compare Siraj with the
No,
great
but Jassi,
Aussie.
I disagree with that, and Siddharth is well within his right to maintain that. I think Siraj's aggression is natural; it's not made up. That's how he is. You like it, you don't like it, and not every. For example, I give you another example. Sri Sant, he's not a great like Glenn McGrath, but I used to enjoy his aggression as well. I liked him for that.
Srishant
Similarly,
chose his
Andre
movements.
Nell, I enjoyed watching him.
Digvesh
He just
Rathi
came
in the IPL.
natural. Digvesh Rathi, I enjoyed.
But in the clash between Nell and Srishant, Nell was made to look foolish. Srishant did it.
That's
Yeah.
He hit a six.
But what Srishant did after that was also.
My point is, I never criticize each of them for their aggression, that false aggression, you are making a fool. No, that's how they are. Those are characters. I enjoyed it.
But Priyansh Arya took offense na to Digvesh Rathi.
Priyansh Arya, I don't
Of
think.
course he did.
No, he didn't.
I mean, who was that guy who...
No, Priyansh Arya is his friend, he just walked off.
Yeah.
But they took offense.
No, you're saying the guy who had a...
Yeah, against Digvesh
I
Rathi in
don't
the
remember who
IPL.
was that.
Not
Abhishek Sharma.
Sharma, हाँ, Abhishek
Who
Sharma.
did
yeah.
this to him?
Manav
Priyansh Arya is
Kaushal.
his friend.
In Delhi. They'll play in the same team now.
He
of
quietly walked off.
One
No matter
month
how much
later.
Digvesh did.
They've
he
already
just-
started practicing, I think.
Obviously.
Manav Kaushal has a comment that delicious day 5 ahead at Lords. Sunday should have been the final day. Now he'll have to finish all his work before 3:30 p.m.
Yes, Manav,
on
please do
Monday.
And
Join us.
And join us, yeah, 5:30, lunchtime.
This is a game
Final
of.
session of the test, maybe.
No, we will be building up for the finals.
This is actually a game of 1.5
Do you think they'll
sessions.
be all out by?
Or they may win, who knows?
No, in one
can't win
session,
by
how can
one
they?
With
session.
Pant,
No,
you don't know.
I think we will be building up to the final session.
Second session is definitely there.
Building up. Maybe preparing for a big India win. Who knows?
Yep. Statistics said no team has ever won if three.
Statistics.
No team has ever won if 3 wickets chase 170 day 4. Oh, is it? Wow. What can I say? Gulati.
This stat for you. Statistics said we.
Ashish Dar. Should Pant come after Jadeja when ball becomes old tomorrow? Jadeja, KL should tire the bowlers. Karun batting at number 3 from number 6 will play whole series. He believes Karun will play the whole
I
series.
think he'll probably play one more match, but then we have all made our predictions on Karun Nair.
I don't know
So,
about Jadeja coming in because you already got an Akash Deep to come now. Don't fidget with the batting order. Go with it. Yeah. Trust Pant and
KL.
KL to build a good partnership together. Yeah.
Exactly.
And which is getting worse, then let Pant have something slightly better when the roller has been done. The first hour and all will be good. That will allow Pant to settle in. And then who knows, he can kick off from there. Na?
What will they choose? Which roller will they choose? The heavy or the...
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
That's
It's
a tricky one.
It's a tricky one. But I wouldn't want to, because see, it's not a short burst that you need. It's a long haul. So I wouldn't want to go for a heavy roller.
Yep. Okay, Mohan GG from the US is saying, how much will you bet that Pant will play like a maniac tomorrow? Stepping out, reverse sweep and with no sense of the game. Only saying based on his past under these situations. But I think
What do you
this
think?
might work.
He'll play like this only.
No, I
This
don't.
way.
I don't
I
think.
don't think he
I don't think Pant will actually play with maturity.
And Pant has
Yeah.
the game.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
He'll have that one
There's
or
going to
two
be a
odd
reverse
shots here
sweep.
or there.
There's going to be a reverse sweep or reverse scoop here and there.
He'll step out and hit also, but he'll play with...
You know, the best I can think of Pant is mature. The best that it ever came to in a pressure situation. WTC Final 21. He stepped out to Wagner, was hitting him through long off and third
2019
man.
semi-final also, I think he played with
He played. When I'm talking about
maturity.
red ball.
Yeah.
Red ball cricket, okay? But he tried hoisting Trent Bolt over Southampton and he got a top edge. Henry Nichols took a great catch. But I will not see Pant just knocking it around for singles and doubles.
No, he's not going to do
He'll
that.
play a
but
scoop, he'll play
He'll
a
pull
ramp.
the odd shot out, but he'll play on the merit of the ball. I think he'll play with his foot reaching the ball and then playing all those shots.
Yep. Cool pineapple. I feel Gill and Siraj crossing the limits unacceptable. Agree with Sid today and kudos to Harshit yesterday for his stand. Hope ICC won't be biased. Let's wait and watch until the match whether they get sanctions.
Cool
or not.
pineapple, we're not discussing more on that because we spent the whole of yesterday as well as our lunch show today discussing that as well. So you
Totally.
can check those out if you want some more opinions on this whole.
This whole fiasco that has happened.
Ashwin Srinivasan has a comment that Shashwat has to admit he hates KL Rahul and Shreyas has to admit that he had an issue with bouncers. Hope one day truth dawns upon them.
No problem against any person.
No, you are misunderstanding
I don't hate any,
Shashwat.
yeah.
What Shashwat is saying that he loved KL so much that when he was not performing at that peak, he would be disappointed.
Yeah.
He's actually a KL lover. Is that what
I
you're
said
saying?
that also that time.
Sometimes
He's
when-
somebody who should have been, very honestly, should have been captaining the Indian team by now. Very honestly.
Okay, last two questions before we wind up. We've got Rajan Rajput saying, will the rolling help India for first 2 hours tomorrow? Yes, it should, Rajan, but it's a catch-22. Which kind of a roller that you take? A heavy roller will ensure that no uneven bounce, but then that effect stays for 1 hour, after which it gets worse. Whereas a light roller will ensure that it will not take away the uneven bounce suddenly, but the deterioration will not be rapid and it will be gradual. If I was the Indian team, I may go with a lighter or a medium sort of a roller rather than a heavy one, because I still have a long day ahead. If it was a 80 odd run target, I may have gambled by a heavy roller, but a roller nonetheless will have some sort of help for you. Even if you go with a light or a medium roller, will have some sort of a help. But if you're taking a light roller, then it does not change the nature of the pitch completely. So that will be the case. Kevin Abraham is saying a lot of English batsmen threw their wickets in the conquest of fast runs. India don't have any pressure of run rate. Kevin, you're absolutely right. But neither did England have any run rate pressure. They did it because I felt that they were so underconfident of surviving on that pitch. They batted like that. I hope India doesn't do it. I hope Indian batters show a resolve, a stomach for a fight, because that would be the better approach to win the test match rather than being overly aggressive, I think.
Indeed.
Take Siddharth.
Nikhil sir, how do you see the dynamics of Mbappe exit from PSG?
Ooh.
Probably best player past 5 years, makes PSG in debate of on par with Barca 11-15. Does player power have such negative impact to a team?
Oh, whatever. But see, I think Mbappe has nothing to do with how PSG did. I think Mbappe is a fantastic player. I think what he's achieved, even in terms for the national team as well as club, is very good. It was just so unlucky. I think they had too many cooks sort of a situation with PSG. Him going out is in no way. I think what it gave PSG was a fresh start, and they started from scratch and then they built up from there. But I'm not comparing them to the Barcelona of 11 and 15. No, I think that's early.
Ultimate side. But
Yeah.
yeah, they have a chance.
But they have the coach of Barca from 15. So
Luis Enrique. And they could match Barca for a lot of titles, because today is the Club World Cup final. PSG versus Chelsea. So let's see.
final comment. Ashish
Shandilya. Will Karun go to Manchester and be united with team after the way he got out?
Play of words.
Yeah. Reminded of Keaton's innings against Bumrah. And will heavy roller and 18 over old ball help it?
I think it's 50-50, that heavy roller thing.
Roller thing is a
whether
gamble.
you should use a heavy or a light, I think
It's a gamble.
it's a gamble actually, yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
Do teams have to use the roller at the start?
Yeah. You would want to use the roller and you get some advantage. Why not?
Because is there a thing that I don't want to use any roller?
I
Just
think
let
why
the pitch
wouldn't
be
you?
like
There will
this.
be so much life on the wicket.
Why wouldn't you want to use?
You're
You'd
putting
want
yourself
to take
in
a
a
light
problem.
one, I think. And of course the ball is old, I agree, and it may not do that much, but now the problem is not so much the ball doing,
The pitch.
it's the pitch doing things. So in fact the older ball only makes it worse. So
Yeah.
but let's see
Yep.
how it goes.
Yeah, so last day of the Lord's Test match is now shaping up to be an absolute thriller.
We've had all test matches go to the 50.
So far, yeah.
Yep. But I think we'll see the first thriller.
And we've had all test matches with the results so far.
Yeah. England, with the way how they play, either through harakiri or with the conditions, they will ensure that a result is there. It only takes rain, that too for 1-2 days, to ensure that it's a draw. Otherwise, you will see a result every single time. But yep, I don't think, was Leeds a thriller for you? Or do you think it was like, okay, because this is
Leeds was because of the total that was there. Will England be able to chase? But yeah, eventually the way they cantered home,
But I think this will be the first true thriller we have seen in a long time. Yep. Very, very tense for tomorrow, boys. Very, very tense. So, and yeah, we'll be back with more updates. Even we'll give you an update on the Alcaraz versus Sinner match, which you're seeing Yannick Sinner the great Italian, now conquering and making history. So thank you so much, folks, from all of us. Good night. Nandri. Vanakkam.
See you tomorrow. Sports Today is your destination. Lunchtime. We look forward to your company. And of course, when the match ends as well. Do give us a like on the video. We really
Like, share and
appreciate that.
subscribe.
And share this with your friends, and they can chip in with their thoughts.
Yep. So Nandri, Vanakkam.
Spread the love.
Yes. Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair.
Eat your vegetables and don't trouble.
Stay safe and subscribe to Sports Today.
We are all set for an enthralling day of cricket.